always a technical challenge around here, i.e. flat tyre. Very flat. I think I'm going to have to go put some air in that one. Didn't notice that when we left. What an absolute bastard. Excuse my language. Just as I wanted to get on with a job and all, and now we've got to go back up, back past my baby that's sleeping in the bedroom right next to where I've got to drive, because somehow I've got a bit of a flat tyre. I don't know how. Hoping that's going to be alright to make it back up the top. Oh, what an absolute bloody ball ache. That's like properly flat as well. Now, well, you can see that, but that is pretty flat. Oh, right, I'm going to go put some air in that tyre and then we'll join back up. Right, just got the air compressor on, filling up some air for a lovely flat tyre. Don't know how that's happened really, but there we go. Much more air in there now. Right, good evening, boys and girls, ladies and gents. If you haven't done already, hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell, and like the video. Now, as you would have seen, this video hasn't quite gone as straightforward as it should have done so far, with a flat tyre that I don't know whether it was there when I started driving or if it developed in the time I got down here, so we just got to hope it's not going to go flat again, really. But anyway, it is currently 8:30 on in the evening on Saturday the 14th of June, and we are doing something for the first time this year, which involves the lovely piece of equipment that I painted in the last video. If you hopefully you would have seen that by this one, which is the mower. So what are we doing? We are mowing for some haylage 2025, which is wonderful. Hopefully everything's going to go accordingly to plan, because I've got the old mower, which I know is pretty bomb-proof. I've got the hay bob, which I've done all the work to with new rear gates or homemade rear gates. If you haven't watched that video, it's up here. And then we have the baler of all balers, the Class Roland 255, which I brought on Facebook in the winter, which proved to be a little bit problematic. If you haven't watched that video, it's up here. So we're testing quite a few things out in this video, which should bring a fair amount of enjoyment. Like I say, it's either going to go really well or really badly, and at this point I don't know which way it's going to go. But we can hope and we can pray that all the work I've done in the last couple of months is going to pay off. And if it doesn't, then I ain't going to be a very happy man. On a more positive note, there's still some air in my tyre, but I'm going to say it might be going down. But we're going to carry on. Right, I'm going to open the gate and then we'll have a look at, well, actually, while we're here, this is a little paddock bit that I'm going to mow. It's just a small little area, but we're going to go and do a different field first. So I will catch you when right, boys and girls, we have made it to the field. Now, just before we make a start, got to close the gate for one. Getting a haircut tomorrow, which is Father's Day, because he's just doing my nutting again now. I'll leave it way too late, really. Right, got to unfold the mower first. It's pretty self-explanatory. Right, so we're just going to unfold the mower. You just basically pull this piece of string and pull it round. It's pretty easy. Go up a little bit. And you'll see that this will come round. A little bit like that. Then we've just got to attach the PTO, which I have to turn the tractor off for reasons that aren't all that good. Basically, my PTO clutches are burnt, so you have to turn it off because otherwise you stand no chance of getting the thing on. One PTO. Oh god, getting covered in grease and all sorts. Oh, and the pin's stuck. I forgot about that. There we go. Freed the little pin off. Oh God. Right, that's on. I think. I hope. That on there. Yeah, that's on. Right. I don't think there's much left but to just send it. So we're gonna make a start and then I've got to move that wire. Right, the plan is to mow this field and then mow that other little paddock bit that I said about. I'm going to just do a couple of runs around the outside. Right, progress is being made after hitting a couple of fence posts, which I will show you in a bit. Because this is the field where I did that fencing, never quite got around to finishing it. But I've done 3 goes around the outside. I've just adjusted the mower to make it cut in a little bit deeper than it was. I just felt it was leaving it a little bit long. I don't want to cut it too short, I don't want to scalp the ground, but at the same time, you know, I don't want it to be left too long and it doesn't quite cut it as nice if you don't quite get down to the kind of the depth of the grass, I suppose you could say. Like I say, it's currently, what's the time now? It's 8 minutes past 9. So the time is disappearing rapidly, but that doesn't matter too much. I've got plenty of lights on this tractor, so we can keep going. It's just you guys won't be able to see too much of what is happening. I haven't got the drone on me because I'm a silly boy and I haven't charged it, so that is just sat at home not doing much. But I will get some good video shots of the camera hopefully. And then, yeah, we'll just see how we get on, really. It's quite a slow job, especially with the 1.6 mower. That makes it quite boring. But nevertheless, we're just going to do it. And we'll have a catch up when we've got a bit further and we'll have a look at what sort of crop we've got to play with.
You said your phone was broken, just forgot to charge it. Whole outfit you're wearing, God, I hope it's ironic. Just say you're finished, didn't know we started. It's all just so familiar, baby, what do you call it?
Right, as you would have just seen, I have done the outside and a couple of rows on the inside. Let's have a look, shall we? So, the crop, in terms of the crop, I know a lot of people are struggling with the drought that we've had recently, or at the start of spring. A lot of people struggled with the complete lack of rainfall that we ended up with. Now, thankfully, recently we've had quite a little bit of rainfall in the southeast, more than other places, you know, where the likes of Funky Farmer are and everyone like that. I actually, just before I came mowing, watched one of his videos and he's currently buying silage bales in because it's been that terrible. Do I think we're going to be affected? Slightly. I think there's going to be slightly less crop than if we had a better spring in terms of rain and just not really receiving much rain. Do I think that our crop is quite good? I think it's alright actually. Over here it's quite a lot. It's quite thick. It's quite tall. It's not quite as dense as it has been in previous years, obviously because of the lack of rainfall at the start of its growth period, but nevertheless it's growing quite well. So the plan is to get the rest of this mowed, mow that other little section, and then the plan of attack is tomorrow I'm going to ted it all out, hopefully, and Monday, with any luck, we'll bale it. And then wrap it the same day, hopefully. Again, that's an interesting subject which we'll get to possibly in this video, I would have thought. So I'm going to carry on mowing because it's currently 9:30, and then we'll just catch up midway or halfway through or something like that. The mower, let's show you that first. The mower's working quite well. It's dirty already. Pretty dirty. But nevertheless, it's working okay. It's just small, just takes a while to do this. But that's part of life.
Maybe it's
Right, so I'm gonna carry on.
useless, but there's a cuter word for it. I know. Man, child, why you always come running on me? Fuck my life. Won't you let an innocent woman be? Never heard of self-care. Half your brain just ain't there. Man, child, why you always come running, taking all my loving from me? Why so sexy, you so dumb, and how survive the years so
Right, that is half of the field complete. Well, actually, I'd say half. Probably over half. It's got quite dark. It's 10 o'clock. So I'm having to use my phone, hence why it's a little bit blinding. Blinded by the lights, but we are getting there. Progress is being made. Like I say, it's got a bit dark really, so you probably can't see a great deal of much. But good progress is being made, which is the most important thing. That's about all really. The mower is working a-okay at the moment, or seems to be. This is only a 3.5 acre field really. It's not massive, but I didn't want to do one of our bigger fields. I mean, we've got 12 acres, but it's just called 12 acres, this field. That is next to this one to do next probably. But I didn't want to start too extravagant in case obviously the round baler doesn't work. That's the only bit I'm questionable about. I know I did that little kind of, rolled out a bale and tested it with one bale, but there's a big difference between doing one bale and doing potentially 30 bales. And I never actually got the auto net wrap to work. I don't know whether I didn't quite get the tension high enough. It wasn't quite enough of a bale to get it to auto wrap. But all will be revealed at some point in this video with any luck, unless it's in a separate video. But if you haven't watched a video about the round baler, it's up here where we tried it. And yeah, that's about all to add really. Like I say, it's not a great deal. It's all going to be wrapped, and that's about that really. So I will catch you once I've finished this field and we're moving on to that other little paddock area just to tidy it up really. It's not very big, but it tidies it up. It's a bit of extra grass just in case the other fields are not as good as this one, because this one hasn't been grazed at all really since it was last hayed last year, so it's got a bit of an advantage over the others. But anyway, that's about that really. Mower's working well. I'll catch you once I finish this one.
Man, child, why you always come running on me? Fuck my life.
Right, that's the first field finished. Now I'm just going to fold the mower up. Right, that's the mower folded up. It's a fair bit more filthy than it was. Way more filthy. But anyway, that is at least this first field done. It's 10:30. Just got that little, very small section left to do up near the house, which I'm hoping won't be too loud, but I have a lot of funny neighbours. Hello? You alright? Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it? It's a lot slower than I remember. I've done 3 acres and that. I'm literally just about to do that little section. I'm just literally driving back up the top now. Right, you wonderful people. The time is currently 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, or 10:57, and I have finished. I've just done that little bit that I showed you at the start. Just got that bit finished, and that's me done for tonight. It all went pretty well. I only found one big lump of hardcore, but other than that, and hitting the fence posts actually. But other than that, everything went A-OK, which is lovely news. So I will see you guys tomorrow when we are tedding this out with any luck. So yeah, that's just wonderful really. This one is bloody rough, I know. Like really rough. Like just almost head banging. Right, I'll see you tomorrow. Right, good morning. It is currently 12 PM, the day after we did mowings. It's Sunday. It's actually Father's Day technically. So as you could imagine, the missus is extremely happy with me. But what are we going to do? We're going to put take the mower off, put the tedder on, and then go and ted out some of this grass with any luck. Don't really know where to take the mower off particularly. Take it off around here. So we're going to take the mower off, put the tedder on, and then we'll see how well that works. There was a comment on YouTube literally this morning saying take the gates off the tedder while tedding. Well, I can't because they're welded on there. So it's, yeah, they're welded on there. So I ain't quite got that choice. But anyway, I'm going to take this mower off, and then we'll put the tedder on. Ah, you fucking bastard. What? That close on my hands. You know, you know. Right, that is the mower off. Now, just got to put the tedder on, which is only over here. One pull, as always. Do 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 do. Right, just like that, that's the tedder on. So it's currently 20 past 12. I've got to get this done. Ready to go and get my hair cut at about 20 past 3. And then we will be back and be almost ready to then ted it out again tomorrow or row it up, depending on how dry it looks. If it's obviously dry enough, then it'll just get rowed up. If it still looks wet, I'll ted it out in the morning, row it up in the afternoon, bale it in the evening. Right, so I'll see you when we're in the field. Please stay. Right, we've made it down here, and with any luck, this will just work as intended. How many people are still using a hay bobber? I want to know. So that's like that. Let's go with about that and see what it does. I think I'm just going to move the gates in slightly. Oh well, it seems to work okay. Alright, let's shut that window. Well, the good news is, it seems to work quite well. The gates don't, the tines don't smash into the gates, which is nice. I think the gates could have just been a little bit lower, personally. But if they need to go a little bit lower, I've got a little bit of a cure to that, just a little bit of rubber matting, so that if it hits the ground, it's not going to bend anything, it's just rubber matting. And I think they could have potentially been slightly closer to where the tines are, just because there's a little bit that occasionally goes through, but on the whole, it's pretty good, and they haven't broken off. They don't seem to want to be close to hitting the ground, which is good. The tines seem to be working spot on. So that was a worthwhile adventure, doing what we did there with all of that, which is good. So basically, I'm just going to keep going up and down, until the whole lot's tedded out, in the hopes that it can soak up a bit more sun today, then soak up some sun in the morning, which will be Monday, and then hopefully I can get it rowed up and baled tomorrow with any luck. That's the plan anyway. I don't want to do it with the grass too wet, purely because I don't want to put too much strain on my baler. I don't really see the point. I don't need it like silage, you know, just haylage is good enough. So I'm going to carry on and see how far we get.
Never heard of self-care. Half your brain just ain't there. Laying down. Why you always come running, taking all my loving from me? My boys playing hard to get, and I like my men all incompetent, and I swear they choose me, I'm not choosing them. Amen. Amen. Oh, I like my boys playing hard to get, and I like my men all incompetent, and I swear.
Disaster has struck. I've got one lap left of the outside of the field. Well, a bit of a situation. Now, I haven't got my microphone because that's just died. But basically, let me take the line off. What has happened is really annoying. It's my own fault, really. But still. Who's fun? Good fun. Jake's had a good time. I found polo barbed wire. Wrapped itself around just about everything else in that cotton. So I've now got to try and get through to the top. Definitely the top. Where it's not. I don't know how this has found it lowered it. That is a bit of a mystery, right? Oh, I wasn't too bad. Right, I'm going to shove that somewhere out of the way. That's some of the barbed wire. I don't know how well you can really see that. Whole chunk of barbed wire wrapped up in here. It doesn't look like it's damaged anything by the looks of it. I did think it had bent one time, but I think it actually just pulled it. You can see where it's all been. But I think it's okay. I think we've made it out a-okay from that, which is good news. Other than that, it's all going pretty well. This side I think is okay still. Haven't broken any yet, which is nice. Makes a change to my usual routine of life. The grass itself, it's really bright. Yeah. looking okay. Still quite wet in places, but I'm hoping once the air gets good today, it'll dry it right out, and the job will be a good one. So I'm going to carry on with this last row. Then we are going to go and pick up my son, and then do the last little paddock bit that I've got to do. Right, that's the first field done, including the little barbed wire instance. Now just snacking on a totally chocolatey Rice Krispie square, because what more would you want to eat at 1:30 than just a bit of a chocolate square? I literally can't beat them. Right, I'm going to go get my son. I'm going to do that little rough paddock together. And then that'll be it for today. Right, so that is the little paddock done with the little weed. The little child, which you'll never see his face. But anyway, he's thoroughly enjoyed himself, which is good. Like I say, not as much out here, but that's done. So the tedder has worked extremely well, but actually no, let's start from the beginning, shall we? The mower, that worked well. That worked pretty well actually. Clearly paint makes all the difference. And then the tedder has worked pretty well. We'll see how well it works when I row it up. But so far so good. I don't think I've broken any tines, unless I've broken them in this field, in which case I'll be annoyed, but it is what it is at the end of the day. But hopefully I haven't. So I'm going to go back up now and spend some time with the boy and the missus, as it is Father's Day. And then I'm going to give him a haircut, and then that's it really. That'll be Sunday over and done. I might move a couple of bits of equipment around later, just to get the baler out and stuff like that, and make a bit of tidy up a little bit, just so I've got somewhere to put these bales once I've made them, because I won't leave them out in the field like some people do. But anyway, that's a good job done on Sunday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Right, good morning, it's Monday. I've had a fresh haircut, and we are back in the field. Let's see what the crop looks like, shall we? It's not too bad, it's still a bit green, but it's quite dry, to be fair. Just a bit green, but that's fine for haylage. It's not too much of a problem. I just don't want it too wet, that it's going to put the baler under a whole load of strain. But I think it's quite good, and actually by the time I've rowed that up, it can be left to wilt in the row for a little while. So I've just got to change the tines over on the machine, which I'll show you what you do. So this is in tedding mode, to the bottom. So what you do is you just move it to the top hole, as I will show you. Move it to the top hole, and that will put it in the kind of rowing up mode. It's a bit of a wiggle. It could be a bit tight. I did free most of them off, but oh god, you'd think it'd be easy. That's one. This is more awkward than much, really. Like I say, because I've only really used it for rowing up in the last God knows how many years, it could be a bit stiff because it doesn't really get changed. Some of them are easier than others. Oh god. Oh, the hay bob life, eh? If anyone's still using one, let me know in the comments. Surely I can't be the only one. Right, that's one side done. They're all in the top position. I've set the gates ish narrow, but we'll just have to see if that works. I'll just do these last ones off camera. Right, that's all of them turned. Just got to delatch it, fold it out, then we can go, hopefully, and everything will work accordingly to plan. Like I say, if you're still using a hay bob, let me know in the comments. It'd be nice to know I'm not the only one. Secondly, the best cold coffee money can buy. If you haven't tried them, go to Tesco's and get one, because it's like a proper game changer, that. Right, let me just pull this pin. Right, we are ready. Ready. Let's set that to 540. Like I say, I'm hoping the gates are going to work okay. However, time will tell with that one, I suppose. Right, I'm going to set you up on a time lapse out there, and then you can watch the first row if it goes. Right, it's going excessively well, as you can see. Just had the drone in the sky, so you'll see that in a second. It's working way better than I thought it would. Don't know how well you can see it, but there's some hefty rows, and it's not too bad. You would have seen the little time lapse of just a second ago with the camera, and then I'll show you the drone footage in a minute. However, everything is going exceptionally well for once. That doesn't happen very often in my life, but it all seems to be going a-okay so far, and it's only 10:30. It's not that late, and yet it's going so bloody well. I'm impressed. First time in a long time, really. Right, that's all of that off. Right, I will show you the drone footage now. Montage. Wonderful.
Oh boy. You said your phone was broken, just forgot to charge it. Whole outfit you're wearing, God, I hope it's ironic. Did you just say you're finished? Didn't know we started. It's all just so familiar, baby. What do you call it? Stupid, or is it slow? Maybe it's useless, but there's a cuter word for it. I know. Man, child.
Right, boys and girls, ladies and gents, I'm on my last row around this field. So I'll go around it 4 times. So there's 3 there, and I'm on my last one here. It's going wonderfully smooth. So what I'm thinking is, because I don't want this video to get too long, and the baler may be problematic, so I have decided I am going to split this into 2 parts. So this is part 1, mowing it, tedding it and rowing it up, and then part 2 will be baling it and wrapping it. So you haven't seen the wrapper yet. You're going to laugh even more when you see that. If you think the hay bob's bad, wait until you see the wrapper. But anyway, that's what I've decided to do, just because I don't want it to get too long, and it just might be easier. I mean, the baler might just work mint and be absolutely fine, and you know, I'll sail through it, no problems, and then the next video is going to be quite short. But I'm sure we can make it long enough. So, that being said, if you want to see the baler, or you want to see any of the baling, or wrapping, or just want to follow me, make sure you've hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell, and you'll be notified of my videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Like I say, leave a comment if you still use a hay bob, be interesting to know, and that's about it. So on that bombshell, I will see you in the next video, where hopefully, fingers crossed, touch a bit of wood, I ain't got any wood, but touch wood, the baler's going to work fine, and the day will be a complete success. Right, I will see you on Friday.